The wave. Dropping them bombs with it, getting the team ready. Boy, about to let it loose. Know we moving heavy. Flashy, 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 flashy. Dropping them bombs with it, getting the team ready. Boy, about to let it loose. Know we moving heavy. Flashy, 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 flashy. Boy, you better move around. Man, we all over town. Man, ain't no backing down. Swear I'm about to hold it down.
Welcome to the 2019 Texas State Amateur Doubles Championship, sponsored by Discraft. Video coverage presented by 45 Republic. I'm Trevor Harbolt.
I'm Courtney Cannon, and we're going to be your commentating team today.
All right, here we are, hole one. It's about 279 feet. Really nice hole. I like this hole for a buzz shot. Just throw it down the hill and let it hopefully miss all the trees and get close to the basket.
Yeah, really just don't want to go left or hit the couple of first trees right off the box.
Look at the cinematography on the holes. Beautiful shots.
Shawshank.
I think this is Chris Miller. Not sure what he's throwing, but the first three holes here are worst shot. So they're going to have to take out of their partners the worst shot. And that looks like a pretty nice shot. This is Ricky Bobby, or Ricky Ovaitt. We call him the Giant.
Whoa.
Looks like you got
a
little low.
Yeah, a little low, a little left.
Jason Moragas here. It's a little high.
Ooh.
Now they are going to play worse shots, so take that into effect on the first three holes here. Nick Godre. It's a little high.
It's easy to get caught up by all of those branches coming off of those big, beautiful trees.
Right. And Jason looks like he throws it just a little right. And again, worse shot, so even if Nick puts it close, they're going to have to take Jason's shot. Looks like he gives it a little run, but he goes a little far. Chris Miller.
See, over there to the left where Ricky landed, it really does close off your upshot to be able to run at the basket.
Ricky sponsored by Gateway. He's got a nice little upshot. Ooh, rips it a little right.
Putting. Still putting.
This is Godre for three. Little left.
Throw it up there.
Moragas also misses. So it looks like they're going to have a tap in four. And this is for Rick Bob's three. So in worst shot, they both have to make the putt. If one makes the putt and the other misses, they miss the shot. Nice putt by Rick.
Ooh.
That's going to be a 5 on the first hole.
First hole jitters.
Right, this is the final 9. They've already played 3 rounds before this. So to get here, everybody's been playing decent golf.
And a lot of golf.
And that's a 4 for the Nick Godre and Jason Moragas, and a 5 for Rick Bob and Chris Miller as we go into the second hole. Let's talk about this hole a little bit, Court.
Hole 2 is a lot of fun. You can either throw the Heiser gap or the Anheuser gap. There's going to be a Mando over to your right. You'll see it a couple trees down.
It's actually this tree.
Yep, that tree with our little wolf man.
Looks like somebody's been taking target practice. Right behind the hole here, as you can see with the camera showing the awesome views of the basket, is a road, and that will be OB if you go long. Again, worst shot on this hole.
Yep, 317 feet. Just like with hole 1, you want to keep it a little lower because of all of the really defined tree branches that will be coming off of all of these beautiful trees.
I love these shots. Here comes Jason. Looks like he's going to take the hyzer route. It's looking real good if it hyzers. Really couldn't tell where it landed, but let's see what Nick's got. Oof. That looks like the shot that we taken. Here comes Miller. Chris, that is.
Did it make the Mando? Yep, it did.
As you can tell, it barely made the Mando. A little left there. And here comes Ricky. Big, tall man. And he goes, elects for the middle grab and unfortunately hits that tree. Godre with a nice upshot. Jason turns it over a little. Looks like it's gonna come left, and they're putting for an easy 3. Again, both people have to make the putts, and both people have to throw it as close as they can, because worst shot can get you in trouble. It gets a little high. Looks like they'll have to take that one. Pretty sure that was the Ricky Bobby Devil Hawk. Nice little upshots there.
Fun fact, Ricky Bobby taught me how to throw a sidearm.
Yeah, and you're a really good sidearm player because of Rick. Just a little short by Nick, so Jason just elects to lay up. So in case, you know, it rolls or goes out of bounds, you don't want to have that happen. So.
Not bad.
And it looks like here on hole 2, they're both going to take drop-in 4s. And move on to hole 3. All these guys, man. All these guys are fun to play with in the area of Houston, North Houston, Conroe, Texas. All really cool dudes. I enjoy playing with all of them for the most part.
And this course.
Yeah, this course is amazing.
Whoa, whoa, wee, wow.
This is hole 3. It's about 284 feet, as you see on the sign there. It plays as like a straight to hyzer, not real much trouble. So you can throw something flat and just fade off at the end. You're going to reach this hole. There's a couple of trees early that you can hit, but other than that, it's a pretty awesome little hole. I'm not sure what Jason's throwing here, but he gets it over a little too much. Again, worst shot on the 3rd hole.
This course is generally going to elect for you to need to keep it low.
Yeah. As you can see, Ricky gets it a little high.
Ooh.
Somehow makes it all the way through.
I really like the way he attacked this hole.
And that's the pipe shot. If it's a little straighter, you'd be parked. It's probably going to be about 60, 70 short. I think they missed the upshots on the camera. So I think they're putting for 3 here for Jason, and he's a little short. So that's going to be a 4 for Jason and Nick. And looks like a drop-in 3 for Ricky and Chris. So after 3 holes in the worst shot, Team Ricky and Chris are at 3 over, and Nick and Jason will be at 3 over as well.
And now we move on to alternate shot.
Alternate shot's fun. Me and Courtney played alternate shot in the World Doubles Championship mix last year, and actually played really well in alternate. It was really fun. And this is hole 4.
I am madly in love with this hole.
This is actually hole 10 on the course. Plays 540 feet. Really plays about 430, 440 because it's a steep downhill. You have to be weary. About 60 feet behind the basket is a pond that you can go RV on. So the main shot here is just keep it low as you can under the branches. If you get it too high, you'll hit branches that come up really short.
There's some OB gardens to the right that you have to watch out for, and that nice thick tree line on the left.
And Ricky's electing for a sidearm. can only tell where he released from. He's so big, he just took up half the camera. I think we missed Chris's shot. Here comes Godre. And that's what we're talking about. You get it a little too high, you get up in the branches and get knocked down early. It's the upshot for Chris. Oof. And this is alternate shot. So Jason will be throwing the upshot here. And then we'll, ooh.
Come on back, baby.
Get through the trees. Oh. So here's Ricky for the 3. These are a little wide. I'm not used to seeing Ricky throw unerrant sidearms. But they have a putt for their 4 there. And here comes Nick for 3. Oh, okay. Here comes Chris. With a nice putt.
Ooh.
That was a great putt.
I love his bandit mask.
Right.
I want to start wearing stuff like that to keep me warm in the cold.
And here's hole 5 on our final 9. This is actually hole 16.
Hole 16 is pretty wonderful. A lot of people like to take the sidearm route up that hill. It's 257. There's also a really great Anheuser route. This hole's so much fun.
Yeah, as you can see from the basket looking down at the tee pad, it's got some uphill shot to it, so you kind of want to put a little more power on it to get it up the hill, but not too much power because there's OB behind the basket. So we'll see how these players attack on the alternate shot. So hopefully they're wanting to throw a good drive and have their partner just hit in the basket to get a 2. Nick throws a really good shot, and that'll give Jason a chance to put it in the basket. Rick electing for another sidearm. I love Shawshank.
It really is so much fun in Texas.
Great shot, Rick.
Yes,
Looked like
there's
it might
that
have hit
sidearm.
That was beautiful. Easy drop into for Chris to hit the putt there. Here comes Jason for 2. Fell out, and that'll be a 3. And Chris knocks in the 2 from Ricky's wonderful drive. So here we go.
Hole 21 on the original course. Oh, 17, sorry.
Hole 17 on the original course. Hole 6 on our final 9. This is a super far downhill par 3. This is one of my favorite holes because there's a couple of different ways you can take it. It looks like Ricky's taking the sidearm, which is a big sidearm flex down the hill. You have a straight shot. Ricky looks like he gets it over just a little too much, but the further you can get down the hill, the easier upshot's going to be to the basket. And then Jason gets his up just a little high. It looked like he was trying to take the straight route. I actually like to take a roller and throw on this hole to get it down as far as I can, because as you can see, the upshots to the basket are not particularly easy, and it does skip.
I love to take the sidearm route, but there's a whole extra side to the fairway over on the right to where if you did lay down a roller, it'll roll all the way to the basket.
Chris looks like he took a run at it, so they're going to have a long putt for 3. And this is Moragas' putt for 3. Step putt looks like. Just a little short. Might have hit those branches. Here comes Rick Bob. Pretty sure Ricky putts with a wizard. It's a big putt. Just aired it a little to the left. Looks like they're both going to take 4s on this hole. And we got one more hole for... No, that was actually the last alternate hole. We got 3 more holes, and they are best shot double. All right. Hole 7 of the final 9. Original hole 21 of the Shawshank Disc Golf Course. This is Lucky's Pond.
Lucky's hole is so fantastic. A lot of people come out of this hole not feeling all that lucky with their disc in the pond. Let's hope these guys throw some beautiful ace runs across this pond.
Look at the camera work of this hole.
It's just magical. It really shows how amazing Shawshank is.
Yeah, his hole 7 here, 189. Mike does a great job showing the holes off on his intros. These are beautiful.
It really makes me want to go there ASAP.
Right. Here comes Chris.
And as you can see over the top right there, they have a board. That is a mandatory. You must go under the board.
Gets it up a little high by Rick with his sidearm, but it's going to sit up there nicely because there's a hill behind it. So you can run at this hole and still have a putt.
One time I threw my disc and I hit the top of the chastity and I rolled into the water.
It happens. Oh, a little low. Kicks the tree. Hopefully it stays in.
Stay safe.
Not sure what it hit there, but Nick's going to have to throw a decent shot here to keep them in this, as Ricky and Chris are up 2 now. And Nick throws a beautiful shot. Unlucky. Unlucky. Ricky with a drop in 2, and Nick here for 2 as well. Nice.
Bird, bird, bird is the word.
So with 2 holes to go here in the final 9 of the Texas Amateur Doubles Championship, Ricky Bobby and Chris Miller are up 2 going into hole 8, original hole 22 of Shawshank. Talk about this hole, Court.
This is a really wonderful hole. You can elect to go backhand turnover or sidearm up the gap. I prefer the backhand turnover. It's 183 feet right up that hill. You're going to want to keep it a little low and try not to go left.
Definitely, we watch Chris here. Let's see what he can do on this uphill shot. Oh, turns it over. Nah, hits the tree, kicks left into that stuff you were just talking about. Here comes Rick. He's going to have to throw a good shot. And that's not normally what we see from Ricky Bobby on this hole. So here's a chance for Jason and Nick to catch a stroke. Going into the infamous 10 cup hole. Jason, a little early release. So Nick's going to have to throw a beautiful shot here and lay it up to the basket, hopefully to catch a stroke on Rick and Chris.
Ooh, that is the shot.
Perfectly executed by Nick. I'm thinking that was a buzz.
Buzz is the shot on this hole.
Here comes Chris to lay up or maybe even put it in for 2.
A
little early release. Let's see what Rick's got. Rick kind of just throws it into the ground.
He just threw it a little too hard.
And this is for par. This is a big putt.
Oh!
And a roll away. Well, the good thing about it is it is best shot, so Chris has a chance to put this in for par and keep that 1-stroke lead. Oh no. So if Nick can put this one in the chains, they're going to be tied up going into the last hole. Look at the focus.
Taps it in.
Nice. So I'm sure unfortunate bogey from Ricky and Chris, and they're going to be thinking about that one, I'm sure.
But on a positive note, his hat is really fly.
Ricky always does have the coolest hats. So this is the last hole of the final 9 here. It's called 10 Cup, hole 23 of the original course. Talk about this one, Court.
Back in the day, I've seen people empty their whole entire bags and have to go pick up their discs and go back and keep throwing. The island is quite small. You're going to want to throw something pretty slow so that it'll stay on the island. During the summertime, they have the basket with a fountain coming out of the top of it, which is just so gorgeous.
All those rocks are different colors, so they have the Texas colors and the Texas State emblem there. So this is a big hole here, as we are tied up going into it. And I'm thinking Jason might have went OB, and there's his disc right on the pavement there. So Nick's gonna have to put this one on the island if they want a chance at all for the championship here for the amateur doubles of Texas States. Oh, and he saws it off. That's definitely out of bounds.
Way left.
So they're going to have to re-tee and then get it on the island to have a 4 opportunity. So big shot here by Ricky, Bobby, and Chris Miller to potentially win.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Chris flips his over a little.
It's got to skip.
It did.
Oh, into someone's ankle.
Right into the gallery. So this is a huge shot for Ricky. And from what I understand, he had to wait a few times as a couple of dogs was by the basket, and one was in the by the tee pad when he was about to throw.
I'm sure he didn't mind too much. They are the mascots of the course.
He throws an amazing shot with a lot of focus,
So amazing.
under a lot of pressure. So they're going to have a drop into, and looks like Jason is going to set it on the green to clean up their 4. Tough break for Nick and Jason as they were running the whole time, making a comeback. So, but what we don't see after Ricky taps in his 2 here is the hot score on the final 9 was Jeff Franklin and Doug Driscoll shot a 27 on the final 9 to come back and tie Rick and Chris to go into a playoff.
Yep, and it brings us right back over to hole number 1.
And this will now be best shot instead of worst shot. So it's all for the marbles here, everything. Let's see what these guys got. It's back to hole 1. Again, just a downhill, soft mid-range shot. You can throw a fairway and just get it flat and hyzer out to the basket and have a good opportunity. And here's Jeff Franklin. And Jeff puts it right by the basket.
Yeah.
And this is Doug Driscoll with the Texas Longhorns on. He throws another fantastic shot.
That looks really good. That's the line that I prefer, something low where it'll skip right about there and scoot on over to the basket.
And here comes Chris Miller. And that unfortunate bogey on the 8th hole in the final 9. Or they would have been not having to do this. And Chris looks like he throws a nice shot. Great flight of the camera work with the disc there. Looks like they're going to have a putt. Ricky might have it a little high. And he hits a branch. So they're going to have to take Chris's shot, which seems to be about... there's one of the dogs we were talking about. Can't think of his name.
Babies.
They got about a 40-footer, 45-footer, while Jeff and them have a 10-footer. And it's all up to Ricky Bobby now.
He is generally a putting master, so I would really like to see him drain this right now.
It's a hard line with all the trees in the way, but this is a big putt.
Show me magic.
Ooh, just
so
a little
close.
short. So now, from about 20 feet for the win, Doug Driscoll. Hands it.
Wow. Now
And there you have it.
It was fun in Texas.
Good playoff hole. Good comeback from Jeff and Doug. What a way to win. That was awesome. We enjoyed it. Great rounds by all these fellas.